Hi everyone, it's Carolyn from Mommy Ramblings True Crime Chat, and I am here with an update about something that we knew about 2 months ago, but didn't know all the details of it, and now an email is surfacing that's going to show us that allegedly Vallow Daybell hacked into her fourth husband, Charles Vallow's, life insurance account and changed the beneficiary to herself for his $1 million policy. And then we're also going to take a look at some other things that she did regarding their finances, as she was already, communicating with Chad Daybell and planning whatever she had planned for Charles. So let's take a look at this and we'll see exactly what Lori allegedly did here. Oh, and if you're new to the channel, we'd love to have you as a member of our community. It's the best community on YouTube, so you just have to click on the little subscribe button in the corner of the video, and then the notifications bell will let you know when we upload a new video or we go live, which we do almost every evening. Again, love to have you as a new subscriber, so please subscribe if this kind of content interests you. Thank you. Lori Vallow seemed to hack into Charles Vallow's life insurance account and change the beneficiary on the policy to herself, his policy for $1 million. Luckily, Charles noticed what allegedly happened around February 26th of 2019. He had filed for divorce, and he caught on to the fact that something funky was going on with his life insurance account. Had he not caught her, she would have inherited $1 million when he was killed by her brother Alex Cox in July of 2019. So Charles sent an email to Banner Life Insurance, and there was a password that had been placed on the life insurance account 6 days earlier, but it wasn't placed by Charles. Okay, so Charles sends an email to Banner Life Insurance. He says a password that was placed on his account 6 days ago was not changed by him, and he requested an investigation into his soon-to-be ex-wife Lori, saying that she threatened his life within the last month. According to their divorce paperwork, Charles said Lori threatened him and told him that she was a god preparing for Christ's second coming in July of 2020, and if he got in her way, she would murder him. Charles later got an order of protection. Kay Woodcock, Charles's sister, JJ's grandmother, totally believed that his life was at risk. In fact, she told people after speaking with him that she feared he was going to be dead any day. Kay Woodcock said that Charles approached her in late February about his life insurance policy, said he wanted to name Kay as the beneficiary. Kay said he did this because he knew that she would do things the way he wanted to, and that his boys, all 3 of them, would be taken care of in a way that Charles asked her to do. In an official letter to Banner Life Insurance, there was a notarized beneficiary change form that they gave to Charles to access his policy again. In the letter, Charles asked for any call or transcript linked to Lori, suspecting her of the password change. Now, in this email that I'm going to read to you in just a second here, Kay Woodcock was CC'd on it. Charles named her as the beneficiary so she could use the money to take care of JJ and his older sons. And Kay knew that Charles trusted her and that she would distribute the money the way he wanted. So this email was sent on February 26th at 12:42 p.m. and Kay Woodcock is CC'd on it. Banner Life Insurance Company. My name is Charles Vallow, and I bought the Banner Life policy a few years ago and have the payment drafted from my account ending in blah, blah, blah. I spoke with, and that's redacted, and he could not authenticate the password listed on my account. He said one was placed on 2/2019. It was not by me. I request an investigation as I believe it's my soon-to-be ex-wife who fraudulently placed a password on the account. I want to change the beneficiary to my sister, Ethel Kathleen Woodcock. I have an order of protection against Lori Vallow, and she has physically threatened my life in the past 30 days. Please get back to me at my new phone number, and he leaves the number. My old number was, and he puts that down. My new address is, and he puts that down. Please get with me as soon as possible. Sincerely, Charles Vallow. And then he was sent a response from the life insurance company that said, Mr. Vallow, please complete the attached forms and have the beneficiary change form notarized for validation of signature. Additionally, please send a letter signed and dated indicating that you have not placed a password on your policy and we will have it removed. Please return this information directly to me for prompt processing. And that was the end of that email. So in the days immediately following Charles Vallow's death in July of 2019, Lori Vallow gets on the phone and calls the insurance company. Remember, she thought she was the beneficiary of this $1 million policy, but it was a rude awakening for Lori when they told her that Charles changed the beneficiary of that policy and she would not be collecting on it. Now, Charles had told his sister Kay, when they were discussing the change to the insurance, that Lori doesn't want me anymore. She doesn't want JJ, and you'll end up raising JJ, so I want you to have that money. They never discussed the policy again, but Kay confirmed she did receive the money. She received the money, and it was not contingent on having custody of JJ or not. Lori called the insurance company, as we said. She was denied access to information on the account, but 2 weeks later, Kay Woodcock receives a text message from Lori. It was a photo of the change of beneficiary form that she must have gone digging for, Kay says, saying it named me as the sole beneficiary, and she wrote 5 kids and no money, and a sister gets everything. The 5 children that she was referring to were JJ, Tylee, her son Colby Ryan, and 2 stepsons, Charles's older sons. The text message was the last time that Kay Woodcock heard from Lori. Over the next few weeks, the communication with JJ decreased to the point that Kay Woodcock and her husband Larry never heard from their grandson again. Now, the insurance beneficiary change that Lori did without Charles's knowledge was not the only time she was a little bit shady. Documents show that in an email from Enterprise Rent-A-Car to Charles, 2,000 points were transferred out of his rewards account. And that had Charles worried that Lori planned to use the points to leave Arizona with JJ. Charles also claimed Lori would destroy him financially. According to one of Charles's older sons, he said that his father told him, "Oh, Lori took like a large sum of money out of our joint bank account, and basically she just took all his money." He reportedly provided his attorney with a list of transactions from the Vallows business account, claiming that Lori transferred $10,000 into their personal account before moving the money into an unknown account in January of 2019. She then allegedly transferred $25,000 from the business account to the joint account, and then from the joint account to the same unknown account. The amount of money that she transferred totaled $35,000. Charles said he asked Lori to return it all, but claims that she ignored him, and when he tried to stop the transfers, the bank claimed that Lori was a signature on the account and the payment couldn't be stopped. During divorce proceedings, Lori disappeared in February of 2019 for nearly 2 months, leaving the children with others. Nobody knows where she went or where she stayed during that time. Charles eventually stopped the divorce proceedings and said he wanted to make their marriage work. During this time, Charles took Lori off his $1 million life insurance policy. He added his sister, Kay Woodcock, as the sole beneficiary. On June 29th, Charles became suspicious that Lori was up to no good. Chad Daybell was sent an email from Charles Vallow. He was invited to stay with Lori and Charles, except Charles never sent that email. It was sent from someone else impersonating him. Who could it be? Lori? Let's take a look at that email. Hello, Chad. I hope you're doing well. This is Charles Vallow from Arizona. We really enjoyed having you stay with us back in November when you came to the Preparing a People conference. I appreciated you taking the time to talk to me about the book I've been working on. Well, more than 6 months later, I still haven't made much progress on it, but I feel an urgency to get it done. As the managing partner of Right Planning Group, I'm going to have the opportunity to speak at various conventions beginning in the fall. But everyone says I need to have a book available that summarizes my life and shares the principles I follow. So I will cut to the chase. I'm willing to pay you well to help me get this book into shape as my ghostwriter. I really liked your autobiography and the tone you took in sharing experiences without preaching. Is there any way you could come here for a couple of days and help me get this book underway? I feel talking in person would be much more valuable than a phone call or video chat, mainly because I would like you to read through some of my journals and explain to me how the publishing industry works. It would help me to know whether I truly have a book in me and whether you want to team up on it. I played minor league baseball and have plenty of stories and my audience could relate to, along with the knowledge I've gained running my own company, so I do feel the book would contain valuable information even beyond the convention circuit. I'm out of town until Saturday, but I would gladly fly you down here early next week before the holiday and cover your expenses. You could stay in our guest room like before or in a hotel if you prefer. I hate to take you away from your family, but I know the book is vital to my speaking success. I understand if you don't want to take part in the project, but I would definitely make it worth your time. With admiration, Charles. So Charles discovers the emails, and wanting to get some resolution and find out what's going on here, he sent an email to Adam Cox, another one of Lori's brothers, who he hopes can help explain things. And his email said, "Adam, open this letter and see what she did. I'm not sure if there's a relationship with her and Chad Daybell, but they are up to something. She created an email alias for me, as I've never set this one up. She sent these yesterday, and I guess she forgot all her emails are on the computer at my house. I asked her to explain it, and she started blaming you, Brandon, and me for perpetuating a scheme against her. Just more of her paranoia. She will not explain it. I am going to send it to Chad Daybell's wife. Her name is Tammy, and I found her email address on their website. I've got her cell number too. Sounds very suspicious to me. What do you think? And let's remember that on July 11th, 2019, Charles Vallow was shot and killed by Lori's brother Alex Cox. And this was less than 6 months after Charles started and eventually stopped the divorce proceedings against Lori. The shooting happened when Charles arrived at the family home in Arizona to take JJ to school. It is assumed that the couple was no longer living together, although they were apparently working on their marriage. The police report states that there was a fight, and Tylee went to her room to get a bat. Charles allegedly took the bat from Tylee and attacked Alex. Now here's the part of the police report. So it says on 7/11/2019 at 836 hours, patrol responded to a shooting call at 5531 South Four Peaks Place. An altercation ensued as a result of domestic disturbance. One subject died as a result of the shooting. The decedent went to the listed address to pick up his 7-year-old son and take him to school. An argument ensued between him and his estranged wife. In an effort to defend her mother, a female juvenile tried to fend off the decedent with a baseball bat. The decedent took the bat from the juvenile and began swinging it. The shooter, the decedent's brother-in-law, intervened and was struck with the bat on the back of the head. The shooter then went into a bedroom and retrieved a handgun. He confronted the decedent and demanded that he leave. Armed with the bat, the decedent moved aggressively towards the shooter, at which time the shooter fired at least twice in what he described as self-defense. The shooter was released after his interview, and this case will be reviewed by the MCAO. The case agent is Detective N. Moffat. Okay, and then it lists the case number. Alex was never charged in relation to Charles's death. On the day that Charles died, Lori was captured on police body camera footage. She can be seen laughing and apologizing to her neighbors about the police presence in the neighborhood, and later had a pool party. "36 hours after Charles died, Lori did another really sleazy thing, and she informs his family, his sons, that he died through a text message. "Hi boys, I have very sad news. Your dad passed away yesterday. I'm working on making arrangements, and I'll keep you informed with what's going on. I'm still not sure how to handle things. I just want you to know that I love you, and so did your dad." 2 exclamation points and a heart. Nice way to inform them. And they answer back, "Lori, what happened? Where is he? And what happened?" "I'll call you when I can, Bob. He is here in Arizona." "Where in Arizona? When did this all happen? How's JJ doing? What funeral home is he at?" "Lori, what the blank happened? You can't just tell us our dad died and disappeared. You're not too busy to just let us know he died and disappeared. Lori, it's been 3 hours. You're not that busy. I don't care what you're doing." "I'm sorry you're so upset. I'm so upset too. I'm trying to get JJ ready for bed. I'm waiting to hear back from the medical examiner to make sense out of all of this myself. Please be patient with me. It's a crushing situation all the way around. I'm still trying to processing it too, and what it means for JJ." And they say, "When and where is the funeral, and how did this all happen? I want an explanation." And then no answer from Lori. Hours are going by and he's leaving question marks like, what the freak is going on, lady? She finally says, I'm still working on arrangements and sorting things out the best I can. I'll let you know when I know. Why aren't you telling me what happened? I've asked numerous times, just tell me. Question mark, question mark. Okay, Lori, it's been 3 days. You let us know our father passed away over a text message 3 days ago, and we haven't heard from anyone. The only information we have is the one text from you saying he passed away. You disappeared after that. We need any information you have. What happened? When did it happen? How did it happen? Where is he now? Are there any funeral plans? And can blank and I be part of it? We talk to him all the time, and we get a text from you saying he passed away. You disappeared after that. We need any information you have. What happened? We talk to him all the time, and now he's gone. He was our dad, and we loved him very much. We deserve answers. Also, why have you been the only one to contact us? We haven't heard from Colby or Tylee. I know they are affected too. I called Colby recently too, but he didn't answer. Is JJ safe? And what does he know? I need to be kept in the loop about all of this, about this all. This isn't a nonchalant topic you can just throw a text at and be done with. And so Lori responds with this. These are your dad's wishes. He and I discussed this a lot over the years we have been together. My plan is to have him cremated as he wished, and then take all 5 of you kids to Hawaii to spread his ashes. He did not want a funeral. He wants a celebration of his life. I've been overwhelmed, but I'm going to try to start these arrangements today. JJ is doing good, but he does not know his daddy is gone. So tough, because he doesn't really understand. He says daddy's in California working. I know how much he loves you boys and always has. I have a lot of things to do with the business and contacting people. And it's still also difficult. Today I'm trying to put up a memorial page on the funeral home website. I'll send you the link to it when I have it. I love you, and so does your dad. And they respond, I appreciate this information, but I will ask these questions again because I still haven't been given an answer. What happened? When did it happen? How did it happen? Where is he now? Is there a funeral? When is it? Who have you told about his death? Give me all the information you have. Please, my brother and I deserve to know. Well, if you won't answer these questions, can we please have his watches and other stuff he always talked about and had around? Lori says, of course, send me the address. You want me to send the stuff you want me to send you stuff to. Kay is supposed to clean out the Houston house. I told her to let you have whatever you want first, and then she could give the have or give away the rest. I know he wanted you to have all that you want. So she doesn't even describe Lori Vallow adequate enough, right? She is just one piece of work, and just when you think she can't go lower, she goes lower. So besides changing the beneficiary on the life insurance, then she was moving money around, taking money out of joint accounts, then putting it into anonymous accounts of her own that Charles knew nothing about. And that was one of the reasons for that whole police station thing where her and Tylee and her friend went there, and then Charles wanted her to have a psychiatric evaluation. That's all in this scheme of things that Lori was concocting, but it didn't work out so well. She didn't realize she had been removed as the beneficiary, so that didn't work so well. And now let's remember Lori is still sitting in the jail there. But would you believe that probably there's going to be new charges pending on, coming for Miss Vallow, because she has that investigation now going on from the Attorney General's office. I would say sooner rather than later we are going to see some new charges for Ms. Vallow. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If it was informative to you, I'd appreciate a thumbs up on it, and share it where you can. Thanks so much. See you later. Bye-bye.